Hello guys, good evening everyone. It's me Sanjay. Welcome to Pantech Solutions and I warmly welcome you all for the series A Masterclass Day 23. So in this session we are going to see the project called evaluating and deploying machine learning algorithms. So here we are going to explore some of the algorithms and we are going to deploy it in a real time and how it's working, and for a certain data set each and every algorithm, so how it's performing. So those things we are going to discuss in this session. So I hope you guys are ready. So first of all, here we have Kamis Hegazi, so who posted the first message in the live chat. Very fruitful session, thanks for sharing, so thank you so much. And Satyendra Singh, hi, good evening. And Sonu Nagar again, hi. And Anil Kumar is here, good evening. And Mixmania, hi, good evening. And Armando Sanka, hi, good evening. And Udaya and Zoro, hi. And we have Rudra Shula, hi, good evening. And here we have Evelyn Rodriguez, hi, good evening. So it's not required to call me sir and all, you just call me Sanjay. Ankit Nikam, hi, good evening. And Sudhakaro, hi sir, good evening sir. So Ilkan Gallizan, hi sir, good to see you again sir, it's been a long time. So good evening guys, good evening everyone. So I hope you guys are ready. So if you are ready, please put I'm ready in your live chat. Okay. So here, so before going on to the session, the agenda. So here we are going to see the workflow of the machine learning algorithm or machine learning application, and then we are going to learn a little bit basic syntax, and we are going to deploy the machine learning algorithm to detect power consumption detection using machine learning. So here the power consumption data set which is created with the help of Raspberry Pi. Definitely I'll show that hardware which is used to create the data set. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you. So while combining the artificial intelligence course with the Raspberry Pi course, you can able to build or you can able to develop as well as you can able to deploy lot of artificial intelligence algorithm with the help of machine learning, deep learning, and then NLP as well. Okay, so yeah, we are getting the response from I am ready. The first response from Mixmania, it's Mixmania and Abhinaya. So it's really great. So good evening guys, good evening Bala Kartikeya and Palash Midya and Sai Monica, hi, good evening. So yeah, so before going on to the session, I would like to say something like so since we are in the 23rd day of the session, so it's time to send the video testimonial as the first launch of artificial intelligence course. There are a lot of participants have sent their video testimonial. Video testimonial is nothing but you just turn on your selfie camera and you just talk about this course and will you recommend this course for other students or faculties or any over. Like you just turn on your selfie camera and you just speak about the course, or you'll speak about me also, like what is about the feedback, what you need exactly and what you got. And so those things you can explain in the video as well, and you can send that video to the telegram phone number, the telegram contact number which is given in the description below. Okay, so you can send that you can send your video to the telegram group number which is given in the description below. Okay, so just please send that, so it will be very helpful for us. Okay, so and then workflow. So while talking about the workflow, first of all we are going to load the data set. So and then we are going to visualize the data set, and we are going to initialize the machine learning algorithm, and then of course we are going to split the data set for training and then validation, and then we are going to split, or we are going to train and then evaluate. So here what is meant by evaluators, we are going to start evaluating each and every model for our data set. Okay, so for our data set, for logistic regression, how it's performing and what's its accuracy, and linear regression, what's its performance and what's its accuracy. So from that we are going to evaluate 3 to 4 to 5 models. So from that models we are going to identify which model is performing good and which model is giving more accuracy. So from that we are going to choose the certain model and we are going to use it for our algorithm. And then of course, so after evaluation is completed, so we are going to choose the certain model and we are going to start the training by using the certain model which is giving the more accuracy. And after saving the model, we are going to deploy that model at the real time. So for example, in this project actually we have used the Raspberry Pi hardware. So on that Raspberry Pi hardware we have collected the data set using the Raspberry Pi itself, and then we also deployed the machine learning algorithm at a real time. So this, since it is a power monitoring system, we obtained the data such as voltage, current, and then we have calculated the power. I hope you guys know what is the formula of power. So if you know the answer, you just put your answers in the live chat. So we are going to calculate the power, and so we are going to identify, so if this is the current and this is the voltage and this is the power, so what is the class? It may be like risk or normal or overload or something like that. Okay, something like that of classes which is initialized in the data sets itself, and we have deployed it in a real time, like it's going to obtain the data from the sensors, and it's going to check it out with the sensor values, and we are going to pass it to the trained model, and it's going to give you the results like this parameter, which is a risky parameter, where some of the power appliances is consuming more power. So that kind of alert can be sent with the help of these kind of process. Okay, yeah, first we got the response from Sakurai Mirao. The answer is V multiples of I. Yeah, that is a product of voltage and then current. Yeah, that's exactly right. So thank you so much for your response. So and then loading and then summarize data. So while talking about the data set, so first of all I'll show the sample data set which I have collected. So here we have energymeter.csv. Okay, so this is the CSV file which I have created from the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so so for example, here the first thing which is represented as like voltage, and then current, and then power, and then class. Okay, so totally 4 columns are here. Okay, so so for example, if the voltage is 0, as well as if the voltage is 210. Actually, I hope you guys know the basic voltage we obtained from your normal power socket in India. It is about 220 to 240 voltage, right? So these are all the voltage which is present here, like 210 or something like that, and definitely voltage going to be the constant. So based on the load which we are going to use, that current going to be varied. So initially 0 and 0.2 amps, and like 0.1 amps, and 0.8 amps. So 0.8 amps, it is really high. And while calculating the power, so we just done a multiplication, like we have obtained the power value. So totally 4 columns. So on that 4 columns, the first one is representing voltage, and then second column is representing the current, and third column is representing the power, which is calculated by using the formula, and finally last column which is representing the classes. So while talking about the classes, there are like up to 4 classes, I think. The first class is that is no load, and then second class is that is normal, and then third class is that is medium, and then fourth class is that is going to be the risk. Okay, so here we have 4 classes. Okay, so with the help of this data set, so totally 4 columns, and while talking about the rows, so it has the 400 rows. Okay, so since the parameter number of parameter which is we are going to give as an input, it is very less. Okay, so 400 rows itself, it is enough. Okay, so other than that, so if you are seeing the values, so these 3 is going to be the input. Okay, so these are all going to be like dependent variable. This is the independent variable. Okay, so this is going to be the this is going to be the X, and this one is going to be Y. Okay, totally 4 columns. So on that 4 columns, so first 3 columns, that is voltage, current, and then power. These 3 going to be the independent variables, that is the X, and then Y, that is the 4th column which is representing the classes, that is going to be the dependent variable. So what is the normal thing which we have done in the we have studied in the classification or regression part? We are going to predict the Y with the help of the X, right? So this algorithms, like any regression or any algorithm, it is nothing but it is going to create a mathematical formula to predict the Y by based on the values X. Okay, so here how many values are there? Totally 3 values are there. So voltage, current, and then power. So these 3 going to be the input, that is the independent variables. To predict Y, that is the dependent variable, that is going to represent the 4 classes: no load, normal, and then medium, and then risk. Okay, totally 4 classes are here. Okay, so these are the data set which we have. Okay, so first of all, this data set is in the format of .csv. Okay, so to read the CSV, there are a lot of ways. You can use pandas, and there are a lot of ways. So here we are using the pandas, and in the pandas we are going to use the syntax called import read CSV. So so this is the library which we have imported, and after that file name is equal to, so file name.csv, so which means we are going to load the file name, the file which is present in our directory. Okay, energymeter.csv. Okay, so and after that dataset is equal to read underscore csv of file name comma names. Okay, so here we are going to read the files. Okay, so files or data which is present inside that file. Okay, so file names, file name.csv, and then names. Okay, so here names in the sense it may be representing the columns. Okay, so first column that is voltage, and second column that is a current, and then third column is the power, and then the fourth column is the class. So likewise we need to represent the class itself, because so if you are seeing this data set, there is no row which is representing which column is either it is a voltage or either it is a current. So it is not mentioned in here. So we are going to mention that in the source code. So here so file name dot, this file name is representing the CSV file which is present in the directory, and then dataset is equal to read underscore CSV. So we are going to read the file which is present in the directory with its name. So names in the sense, so it's going to represent which column is which one, like voltage or current or power, those things are going to be represented. Okay, so in the variable of dataset, so we are going to load what are the text or what are the data which is present inside that .csv file. Okay, so how many totally how many data are there? So here totally like 4 columns are here and 400 rows are here. So totally 400 rows with the 4 columns. So total complete data which is present in the .csv file going to be loaded into the certain variable. The variable name is dataset. Okay, so I hope you guys got this, the first 3 line. So here we are nothing that, so we are going to process or we are going to read the .csv file, and we are going to save each and every data which is present in the .csv file into the certain variable called dataset. Okay, so and then summarize dataset. So on the summarized dataset, it is just used for like summarizing the, for example, if you are in the Excel sheet, so like if the dataset or if the data which is present in this .csv file, if it is very like if it is very higher, so on the time it is not required to count those things and all. So we can use this summarized dataset syntax to identify like how many size or like what is the column, how many number of column is there, how many number of rows are here, and what is the top 20 datas and shapes and those things. Okay, so those things can be identified with the help of these these 4 lines. Dataset dot shape, so it's going to give you the information about how many rows and then how many columns are there in the .csv file. Okay, so and then second syntax, that is dataset dot head of 20, which means it's going to display you the top 20 values. So so if you are seeing here, so it is the first value, so likewise it's going to print out the top 20 values in the output window. Okay, so and then dataset dot describe, so info about dataset. So dataset dot describe means it's going to give you the informations like how many classes are there. So for each and every classes, how many datas are there. So for example, if you have so totally as I've already told you, there are 4 classes: no load, normal, medium, and then risk. So in that no load, how many datas are there? Okay, if you are seeing here, totally 100 data sets datas are there for only no load class, and then for normal also 100 datas, and medium also 100 data, and risk also 100 data. So totally 400 data. So those kind of detailed information about the dataset can be obtained with the help of the syntax called dataset.describe. So here dataset name is representing the CSV file which is read already kept in this variable called dataset. Okay, so and then dataset dot group by of class and size. So this is also going to give you the numbers. Okay, like numbers as I've already told you. Okay, so that's all about here, the basic syntax about loading and then summarizing the data. And then now it's time to display you the data like in the graphical representation, because if you are submitting a paper, so there you need to put up you may drop the 2 graphs. So one is going to definitely, it is going to represent the confusion matrix, or it may be like accuracy versus the loss chart. And so this is the mandatory graph. Other than that, you can also drop the graph which is nothing but the data sets like visualizing. Okay, so for that we can use the pandas and then matplotlib library to display the graph of the data set. So it will study the data set and it will display you the graph. So for example, first of all, from pandas.plotting import scatter matrix. So we are going to use the scatter matrix plot, and then from matplotlib import pyplot. So from with the help of plot, so we are going to display you the output. So here, so we need to represent what kind of what kind of graph is. Okay, so either it is a bar graph or pie graph or some those things. So kind is equal to bar, so we are representing that is a bar graph, and the subplots is equal to true. So what is mean by that subplot is, so if you are drawing simply drawing in a single graph, so there will be like only one display, like voltage means only voltage. It can't able to show 3 values in a single image. So with the help of the subplots, you can able to mention, or you can able to initialize in a single picture how many graph we need to show. So for example, subplot is equal to true, comma, layout is equal to 2 comma 2. So which means, so 2 rows and then 2 columns. So here if you are seeing here, totally 4 cells are there. Like one is voltage and current and then power, and then the fourth one is it's empty, right? So totally 4 graphs you can able to display it in a single figure. So for that only we are going to use the subplot is equal to true. Okay, so and then what we are going to do, pyplot dot title of bar plot. So we are going to display, or we are going to put the title for the plot, and then we are going to display the complete graph in the output window. Okay, so from the syntax we are going to visualize the data set. Okay, so before we have loaded and we have summarized and then visualized the data set. Okay, so and then we are going to start importing and training the algorithm. This is the basic usage of machine learning algorithm. So I think you guys all remember the previous concept which we have did in the face recognition application using the deep learning and then machine learning. So here we have used same as like the previous index, we have used the support vector classifier from the support vector machine, so which is obtained from the scikit-learn library. So from sklearn.svm import svac, so support vector classifier. So inside that we are going to append the model, like model.append of svm. So we are going to load that svc classifier. So with the help of same as like which we have did in the convolutional neural network design and those things. So model.fit of x-train comma y-train. So here what is meant by x-train? So x-train is nothing but, so these 3 columns is going to represent the x-train, and then y-train, this is the y-train. So these are the data. So x going to be the independent variable and y going to be the dependent variable. We are going to pass those values to start the training. Okay, so with the help of that we are going to start the training, and it's going to give you the model file which is getting like based on the model, it's going to give you the accuracy. Okay, so that's all about here. So we are in the practical session. So before going on to that, I would like to show, or I would like to give you the overview of the hardware which I have used for creating the data set. Okay, so here we have the picture of the hardware. So in the hardware, I hope you guys know like a basic hardware which is Raspberry Pi, which is used here. So Raspberry Pi and then LCD and then bulbs, I think you guys know. So like 2 bulbs are here, and then in between there is a switch in here, right? So other than that, these 2 things are there. Okay, so here if you are seeing here, what is this? So if you know the answer, if there is any electrical department, I think you guys know. So what is this? The 2 things which is present here. So if you know the answer, you can post your answers in the live chat. So other than that, so here we have the circuit which is nothing but a signal conditioning circuit. So this is going to be a little bit bonus. Okay, so with the help of that signal conditioning circuit, we are going to convert that logic or convert the values. We are going to rescale, or we are going to do the scaling of the values to be in the like of the voltage of 3.3 volt. So for example, if you are obtaining 230 volt as an input, like of course we'll identify that values from the power circuit, right? So from that values, so it's going to be scaled with the 3.3. So if that is a 230 volt, then it's going to give you the 3.3 volt on the output side, on this end, on this on this point. Okay, because here we have used this inner diode. And then if the instead of 230 volt, if it is giving 250 volt or 150 volt, okay, so if it is giving 150 volt, then definitely voltage may be like 2.5 volt. Okay, so we got the first answer from Sakurai Mirao, that is nothing but a transformer. Yeah, that's exactly right. So thank you so much for your response, Sakurai. So here we have 2 transformer. One is a potential transformer, the another one is the current transformer, because as I have already told you, we need to measure the both current and then voltage to create the data set. So we are going to obtain the voltage from the potential transformer, and we are going to calculate, or we are going to identify the current with the help of the current transformer. So 2 transformers here, so which is given to the 2 power circuit. So for example, this circuit, if you are seeing this circuit board, there is a 2 parts. So one part is going to represent for voltage and another part is for current. So after obtaining that, we can able to identify the power with the help of the formula, right? So here we have used the rectifier with the capacitor circuit to apply to convert. I think you guys know what is meant by rectifier. I think there are a lot of electronics department as well as electrical department. So you guys to tell me what is the purpose of using bridge rectifier. Okay, if you know the answer, you can put your answers in the live chat. Okay, so first of all, our rectifier is used here. Okay, so after the rectifier, we are going to give that, or we are going to reduce that voltage into like a 0.5 or like a 5 voltage scaling level, or 3.3 voltage scaling level based on the Zener diode which we have used here. And another main thing I wish to say, this transformer which we have used here, this is the like a step down transformer, because we can't give direct 230 volt to the circuit, right? So we are going to step down into 9 volt. Okay, so from that 9 volt we are going to scale it down like from the 9 volt. So from the 9 volt, so we are going to scale it down to the 5 volt or 3.3 volt. Yeah, the first answer from Ishwar and Shri Kumar, that is AC to DC. Of course, that's exactly right, because the supply which we are going to obtain from the power socket and those things, definitely going to be alternating current. Definitely we need to convert that alternating current into direct current, that is AC to DC. So for that, the rectifier is being used here. So before that, so with the help of the step down transformer, we are going to convert that 230 volt into 9 volt, but still it is in a AC of 9 volt. Okay, so AC of 9 volt. So alternating current of 9 volt. So still that alternating current going to be converted into direct current, that is going to be line. So to do that, so we have used the rectifier, so to apply that to convert that values into a DC. So after getting the DC of 9 volts, so we are going to scale down into the 3.3 volt or 5 volt based on the Zener diode. And then we have used the MCP3008, that is analog to digital converter, to pass that, because in the Raspberry Pi doesn't has ADC, inbuilt ADC, so that we have used external analog to digital converter to convert the analog value into the digital value. So from that we have obtained what is the current value and what is the voltage value. Yeah, we are getting lot of response, so it's really great. There are a lot of engineers are here, so electronics and then electrical, it's really great. So thank you so much for your response, Ramashankar sir and Akshay and Sheetal and Siraf and Raja and Shaunak. So it's really great. Thank you so much for your response, guys. So yeah, so we have obtained and we have collected the data set, right? So and then now we are going to evaluate the machine learning algorithm to identify which algorithm is performing well. So here we have the source code evaluating various model. So edit with ideally 3.7. It is going to be very simple, because here we are used very simple machine learning algorithm, because we are learning from the scratch now. So so it is designed as very simple one. Okay, so first of all, so let us see, and you just skip out this ash and comments on itself, because I've written the source code in Anaconda Navigator to show the demo on Anaconda Navigator for internship participants, and I just exported as a Python file. That's why this comments all been shown here. Okay, you just skip those things. Okay, so first of all, from pandas import read CSV, as we have already learned the syntax to use the or to process the CSV file, and then URL is equal to energymeter.csv. Here instead of specifying the .csv file, you can also initialize the URL also. Okay, so so like if you have any data set which is already present in the Kaggle, instead of downloading it, you can directly access by specifying the URL directly here. And then names is equal to, so first column voltage, second column current, and then third column is power, and fourth column is going to be the class. Okay, so and then we are going to read the CSV, and we are going to read that energymeter.csv which is already present in my directory, and names is equal to names. So we are going to load that data set, and we are going to keep it in the certain variable, a single variable called a data set. Okay, so that's it up to here. So and after that, it's time to summarize the data set. So dataset.shape and dataset.head, and then describe, and then group by class. Okay, so as we have already learned the syntax, it's going to give you the sum of the information. And after that, we are going to start to plot the graph. So while talking about the graph, as I have already told you, there are a lot of graphs out there. So so here we have drawn the bar plot by using the subplots, and then we have drawn the histogram plot. So these are like basic if you need a histogram plot, I just like additionally I have added these kind of graphs. And then if you want a scatter matrix also, you can use the scatter matrix plot. Okay, so you can simply initialize like this scatter matrix, so which is already important in here, and histogram dataset.hist. Okay, so with the help of that, you can able to draw histogram plot and scatter plot and then bar plot and etc. Okay, so and after that, what we are going to do, we are going to start using the scikit, or we are going to start initializing the machine learning algorithm. Okay, So before initializing the machine learning algorithm in the previous deep learning concept, so what we have done, so first of all, if you are going to start building it from the scratch, we have imported from the keras, we have imported the sequential, and if you need a layer, so we have imported like from keras.layers import convolutional 2-dimensional and maximum pooling and other kind of layers we have imported with the help of keras.layers or keras.models, so those things, right? So same as like here also what we are going to do. So what is this code for especially? So here we are going to use a wide variety of like totally 5 to 6 algorithm we are going to use it here, and we are going to process the data set which we have already have, and we are going to evaluate it, and we are going to identify which model or which algorithm is giving more accuracy, and then finally we are going to draw the graph like so logistic regression, what is the accuracy of this algorithm for this current data set, and SVM, so what is its accuracy for this current data set. So likewise we are going to use different wide variety of algorithms to display it in the output. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to initialize it. So with the help of scikit-learn library, inside that linear model, so we have used the first, we have imported the first algorithm, that is logistic regression, and decision tree classifier, and k-neighbor classifier, and linear discriminant analysis, and Gaussian NB, and SVC. So likewise each and every algorithm which is imported here, and after that so we have used model selection. So on that, so these are like basic thing which is required for basic process. Like on the previous deep learning process we have used pre-processing like importation, right? So same as like here, like train test split and those things, and cross validation score to display you the like validation score. So this model is 99.9% accuracy, so that kind of cross validation score. So for that we have used or we have imported this scikit-learn model selection, and then now it's time to specify which one is going to be the input and which one is going to be the output. So for that, array is equal to dataset dot values. So here we are going to specify which one is going to be the input and which one is going to be the output. So for that, what we are going to do, x is equal to array of 0 to 3. So which means, so in the data set, so 0 to 3, so definitely the last number it is not going to be included. So 0, 1, 2, so these three going to be the input, so that is assigned to the variable called x, and final variable, so this is going to be the output. So y is equal to array : 3, so it is going to be the output. Okay, so what we have done here, so we have loaded already the data set. So from the data set we need to specify which one is input and which one is output. So for that, so these three going to be the input and this one is going to be the output. Okay, so that is we have initialized as a x and then y. So with the help of train test split, we have done splitting of the data set. As I have already told you, 20% of data going to be present in the validation, and then 80% of data going to be present in the training folder. Okay, training or training variable. So for that we have used the train test split function. The test size which is special specified as 0.20, which means 20% of the data going to be present in the validation and 80% of the data are going to be present in the going to be present in the training folder. Okay, so and that's it, we have did with the help of the train test split function. And then model, so as in the deep learning which we have did, like model is equal to sequential from the keras, right? So same as like here we have created an empty, and on that empty we have appended each and every algorithm like logistic regression, linear discriminant analysis, and k neighbors. And another main thing I wish to say, so while talking about each and every algorithm, so it is completely a mathematics. Okay, so it is nothing but a mathematics, like deep learning, like neuron structure and those things, completely it is going to be mathematics, because if you want to explain each and every algorithm by mathematical formula, it may take a lot more days. Okay, so and other than that, each and what is meant by k neighbors or k means and those things which I have detailedly explained in the internship portal. Okay, if you want, please check it out on the internship portal, because in the YouTube only small part of the agenda is covered. Okay, agenda is completed, but on the each and every session, so it is little bit expanded on the internship portal. So okay, if you want, you just please check it out on the internship portal. So here we have imported different algorithms, like 6 algorithms, like logistic regression, linear discriminant analysis, and k neighbor classifier, decision tree, Gaussian NB, and then support vector classifier. Okay, so each and every algorithm which is imported, and then we have loaded it, and then it's time to load our data set. So before loading the data set, so first of all what we need to do, we are going to process the data set and we are going to bind it in a certain area. So as in the previous deep learning concept, what we did, we just loaded like we just loaded the data set from an image folder, and they just walked inside the folder. So each and every folder we have walked in and we have loaded the data set. For example, if you are talking about the face recognition algorithm, so there we have walked in the dataset folder. Inside the dataset folder there is a 3 folder like Sanjay, Lokesh and then Surya. So on the 3 folder, so we have loaded, or we have gone inside to the Sanjay folder, and we have loaded what are the images which is present in that Sanjay folder, and we have converted into array. And after that comma, and also we have appended the classes also. So Sanjay is representing the 0th class, like 0000 likewise, right? So those kind of process need to be done. So that is known as like kind of folding. And so while talking about the scoring, so we have mentioned as a accuracy. So here it is going to keep, or it is going to make the main parameter as an accuracy, and so with the help of, or as a base parameter as an accuracy, going to give you the cross validation score. Okay, so cross validation score is like each and every algorithm, how it is performing, and like what is its accuracy and those things. And we are going to append the results like in the name of, or in the variable called results, and then we are going to append its name in the variable called name. So names, which is nothing but it may be like logistic regression or linear discriminant analysis or SVM and etc. The 6 algorithm which we have already done here. So with the help of that, so we are going to load each and everything, or we are going to identify what is its accuracy for each and every model which we have been used here into the certain variable named called names, and then we are going to print out the results. So results is nothing but 97.3, 92.4, 86.2, 25.3. So these are like 6 accuracy levels. So because like each and every model is going to give you the accuracy chart, so that value is going to be appended into the variable called results. Okay, so that's all about here. And what we are going to do, we are going to display it in the output. So on the output, so we are going to use the pyplot.ylim. Here we are going to plot 6 models in here. So x-axis is going to represent the 6 models, and y-axis is going to represent the accuracy. Okay, so we are going to plot out the accuracy as well as the result which we have obtained with the help of cross validation score. So each and every algorithm, so how it's performing, what's its accuracy, and then another algorithm, and then another algorithm, like that. So 6 accuracy, 6 models, right? So 6 models, what is its accuracy? So those kind of plot going to be given as an output window. Okay, so I hope you guys got this. So just to see the output, then you will understand. Okay, so first of all, I'll run the main program. So Python space evaluating various model for energy meter. Okay, so first of all, if you are seeing here, so what's the first thing which we have did in the source code? So in the source code, the first thing which we did is dataset.shape, right? So if you are seeing in the output, so dataset shape is 400 comma 400, which means so 400 rows and then 4 columns are here. So that is the thing which is represented here. And then second thing what we did, dataset.head, right? So dataset.head of 20. So complete 20 data sets which is printed here. So voltage, current, power and then class. So totally first 20 data which is printed in this part, right? So and then third thing, so dataset.describe. So dataset.describe. So here it is going to represent like what is the maximum value, what is the minimum value, and what is the STD, and how many counts or how many values are which is present here. So those things which is displayed in the output window. Okay, so this is dataset.describe. And then fourth one, dataset.groupby of class. So on the class, so like in the medium, how many data are there? And then in the no load, how many data are there? In the normal, how many data? So totally those kind of data set which is printed here with its format. Okay, so those things which is obtained from this 4 line. And what we did, we just plotted a graph, right? So the first graph which is obtained here is, so totally 3 graph like voltage, current and then power. So which is representing the data set graph, and we just close that. So and then it will open the next graph plot. So this is like a bar graph plot, and histogram plot, and then scatter plot. Okay, so and after that what we are going to do, it's going to start the training, or it's going to start evaluating the model. Okay, so and then it's going to give you the results or in the format of like graph. Okay, so for example, so it give you the results like LR, like logistic regression, what is its accuracy, and then LDA, logistic linear discriminant analysis, what's its accuracy, and KNN, CART, NB, and then NVM, sorry, SVM. So this is the graph which we have obtained. So from this graph, what we can able to identify: logistic regression, linear discriminant analysis, and card, which is performed very well because it gave 99.6% accuracy, whereas NB and SVM is not performing well. Okay, because it is giving only 99.0, but even it is more than enough. But while talking about the more data sets, like if you are using like leaf disease and those things, definitely the number of rows you may use like 4 lakhs or 1 lakh or 3 lakhs. So on the time that data set is going to be very huge. So on the time you can able to feel you can able to see the difference of each and every algorithm's performance. Like linear discriminant analysis may give you like 98.2% accuracy, whereas SVM may give you the accuracy like 40 or 60% accuracy. There is like a more variation on it. Okay, so with the help of that, we can able to choose which algorithm is perfect for our data set. So here we have found out LR, LDA, and then CART is performing well, right? So as well as if you want to use NB also, you can use, because totally complete 6 algorithms also performing well, because even it is every algorithm is giving 99.6%. It is more than 99 accuracy. Okay, so only in the 0.0 variation. Okay, so it's really great. So that's all about the validation part. Okay, so we just evaluated various machine learning models for our current data set to identify which model is giving the more accuracy. Okay, so that's up to here. Okay, so I hope you guys got this now. Okay, so Control C to terminate the program. Okay, so from that, and then we are going to move on to the second program, which is going to deploy the application, because as I think you guys know, like this for YouTube, so I can't able to show the hardware as in a real-time deployment. So instead I'm going to give you the I'm going to give the manual entry of the value, so that it's going to give you the results, like either it is a risk or either it is a normal and those things. Okay, even if it is in a Raspberry Pi, you can able to initialize like for every 1 hour it should check. So like to deploy the machine learning algorithm, and it will try to identify either it is a risk or either it is a normal, or either it is like if it is a risky one. So if the power consumption is very risk, then it can able to send you the mail like in your home there is a more power consumption, that air conditioner is consuming more power. So that kind of message alert can be sent with the help of the Raspberry Pi. So if you want to learn those things also, you can register for like a Raspberry Pi masterclass, so that you learn those things. So here same as like guys, so same as like which we have did in before. So apart from, so on the previous source code which we did here, which we done only the cross validation score, right? So there it only give it this only going to give you the result, or the only performance in the basis of accuracy, right? So here what we are going to do, we are going to start the training, and we are going to get the model, and we are going to use the model to do the classification at the second thing. Okay, so first of all, pandas, of course we need to read the CSV file, and model selection. So here like trend, test, split, we are going to use it for doing or splitting our data set into train and then validation. And then here we have used the SVM classifiers, learn.svm import svc, so support vector classifier, and then file name, of course energy meter.csv, and names. And then we have loaded a data set, because here also we just split it out. Okay, split out the data set to start the training. So here both the training and then testing, which is written in the single code, because if you want that you can split up the code. Okay, so dataset variable is going to hold on the complete data which is present in the .csv file, and we have segregated which one is input and which one is output. That is mean which one is x and then which one is y. As I have already told you, in this dataset, the first 3 column which is going to represent the input, and 4th column it is going to represent the output. So that's thing which is special, which is initialized here. And then x train and then x validation. So here splitting of the data set which is done, so like 20 to 80% of ratio. So like, and then a model is equal to svc. So here we have initialized support vector classifier and model dot fit of x train and then y train. So we have started a training for the training folder model dot fit. So it's going to start the training, and the trained model will be saved in the variable called model dot model. Okay, the model variable. Okay, so and then with the help of pickle, so we have imported the pickle library, and then we are going to save the model. Okay, so wb, I think you guys know that is nothing but a write binary. We have saved our model file in the format of finalized model.pickle, and then again we are going to load the model. So we are going to load the model with the help of read binary, and we are going to identify the score. So whenever So for example, on the deep learning concept, so we have splitted the data set into training and then validation. So while doing a training, so we have passed complete validation data set as well as the training data set for each and every epoch where it's going to give you the accuracy. So in this first epoch, this is the accuracy, and then second epoch, this is the accuracy. Whereas in this machine learning algorithm, what we did, we just did only a training with the help of the training data set, and a validation data set which is used for obtaining the like score. Okay, so this model, how much score of accuracy which we got. Okay, so loaded model dot score, we are going to pass that x validation and then y validation. Okay, so we are using the trained model file, and by passing the input arguments of the x validation data set as well as the y validation. Okay, so after that we are going to give you the the results like what is the score of this certain model which we have used here, and value is equal to, so here we have given the three like manual values, like this one is going to be the voltage, and this is going to be the current, and this one is going to be the power. So three manual values I have entered, and prediction is equal to loaded model dot predict of value. So with the help of the predict function of the model which we have already pre-trained it, with the help of that, we just passed that value into that trained model file. It's going to give you the result. So what is its result? So it may be risk or it may be normal on those things. Okay, so if you are using the hardware, so you're just going to remove this line, and we are going to get the direct values from the hardware, like what is the voltage and what's the current, and we are going to calculate the power, and we are going to pass the three values directly into this variable called value. So it will be in a real-time deployment. Okay, so that's up to here. So I think you guys got this. So we are going to run this one, run, and then run module. Okay, just taking a time for doing a training. Okay, so first value, which is 0.98. So what is the 98? Which is nothing but the score. Okay, the score which is obtained by passing the validation data set into the trained model file. So that is a 0.98, and then the class which is identified, that is the risk values. Okay, so that is the risk class. Okay, instead of that, if you are going to pass the manual values such as like 211 and these values, okay, you just copy that, and instead of giving these three values, if you are dropping these values, so let us see the output. Okay, so and then run module. Okay, so now it is identified that as a normal. Okay, so if you are seeing here in the data set, the data which is collected from the class called normal, so the output is also normal. Okay, so so that's the thing. I think you guys got this. So if you got it, you just put I got it in your live chat. Okay, so here we are getting response that complexity is too high. Actually, it's, to be frank, it is really a very small program in the machine learning concept, because in the machine learning concept there are a lot of things we need to explore. So since it is a very small, very basic program which is deployed in the machine learnings, okay, so please try to engage with the source code, and you just have a hands-on practice with the source code. Definitely that will be helpful for you. Okay, so and then it's time to give you the information about the course which is provided by the Pantech Solutions. It is not like the normal course where you will get only the basic idea and maybe 2 or 3 plus project and then you will get the certificate. But our Pantech Solutions course is not like a normal course where you are going to get complete 30 days of video lectures, where it is provided by the concept which is like application based learning. For each and every day we have deployed a certain project, and we have learned a basic Python programming, one basic syntax, and we have learned a certain algorithm, and we have deployed the application. Okay, so these three things we have learned, and apart from it you guys are going to learn a lot more things like advanced concepts or error based, and whenever you are going to work on a certain project, what are the problems you may face. Like if you have collected the data set from the Google, so definitely you will face some of the things where you need to do bulk resizing and bulk renaming. So those kind of bonus source code also given in the internship portal, as well as the individual Telegram group is there. So the participants who have registered for internship portal, they can able to join with me on Telegram group where they can able to interact with me. And artificial intelligence terminology podcast also going to be start soon. And definitely you're going to get lot of values. You're going to get complete 30-day video lecture. Definitely you'll get login access for a certain portal where you're going to get complete 30-day video lectures, and then source code, PowerPoint presentation, and other additional material which is required for this project or to complete this course. As well as you'll get the lot of bonus source code which is not or which is apart from the agenda. Okay, so and then you are also going to get a lot of ideas about artificial intelligence deployment in the hardwares such as NVIDIA Jetson Tegra and NVIDIA Jetson Nano and CUDA and CUDA and Raspberry Pi, and we have seen the Intel Mobius neural compute stick which is used for hardware acceleration. And so those things which is which is a lot more explored in the internship portal. So if you really want to, just please check it out in the internship portal. If you really want to register for internship, the registration link is given in the description below. The first link which is mentioned as the internship link, you just click that and register as soon as possible. Only I think 7 days is remaining. So after the 7 days, definitely that price going to be increased. So this is the right time to register for this internship. So register as soon as possible. Okay. So and then while talking about the success of life, so apart from the skill set, definitely you need a mindset also to achieve your dreams. Like you may have a lot of dreams to study in abroad, or there are a lot of dreams maybe for you. So that kind of dreams can be achieved not only by the skill set. Definitely you need a mindset also. You have to configure your subconscious brain to achieve your certain goals, whatever the wishes you have. It may be like huge. So you may have dreams like I want to buy Bugatti Chiron. So these kind of supercars also. So definitely that cars may price you like 50 to 60 crores even. So that kind of huge dreams can only be achieved with the help of mindsets, like good mindsets. So success is definitely, it is going to be the mindset game. It is not about only the skill set. It is completely pure on mindset. So that kind of mindset webinar is also provided by the Pantech solution. So each and every day at the 9:30 p.m. So on the YouTube it is getting published. So 27 totally 23 videos getting already published. So each and every day you are also going to get mindset webinar. So please attend that. Even it may be like only to 20 to 10 minutes to 20 minutes. So definitely it will be very helpful. Please attend that also. Okay, so and then so video testimonial. So please send your video testimonial. Definitely it will be helpful for us. So you just turn on your selfie camera and you just speak like as a confident. So don't be shy, because some participants have responded on the previous launch of artificial intelligence that I feel very shy. So I just going to send you the audio. So it is not going to be useful, because if you're going to if I'm just going to subscribe, if you're going to publish that video in the YouTube, definitely your face is going to be familiar for a lot of people, and so it's going to show you or shows the confidence of yourself. So definitely that will increase your your confidence level and those things. So definitely that will be helpful for us as well as you. Okay, so please don't waste your time. Turn on the selfie camera and have a better background. Okay, so don't you just make sure whether nobody is working behind it. So even if it may be positive or negative, please turn on the video camera and you just speak about the courses, like how it is give you the benefits, and how it can be done, how it can be innovated further, and those things you can speak. And you can also speak with about myself also. Okay, so please send your video testimonial to the Telegram number which is given in the description below. Okay, so the Telegram number which is given there. Okay, you just open that contact and then you just send your video testimonial there. Okay, so I'm expecting that. So definitely it will be published in the YouTube. So if you really want not to be published in the YouTube, but you wish to send the video testimonial itself, you just mention that don't publish my video. But definitely we also do that. Okay, so only thing we require is you just want to send the video testimonial. The link is given in the description below. Okay, so it's about the final part of the session, so Q&A. So if you have any question, you can raise your questions in the live chat. Guys, if you have any questions, you can raise your questions. In Jupyter Notebook, it is easy to use. Yes, of course, Jupyter Notebook is also easy. Where in the internship portal, where we have explored like how to use the IDE, how to use the command window as in YouTube. Apart from it, we have seen how to use PyCharm. So it is really a great editor, because I usually use that, because that will look like colorful. So like in the movies we used to see the programmers, they'll use the lot of programs, like it will be like complete colorful, like a dark background. So dark mode is also there. So that kind of like visualization, definitely it will motivate you to write the program. So we have explored the PyCharm, and then we have used the Anaconda with Jupyter Notebooks, as well as we have learned to use the Anaconda Navigator with Spider. And then we have seen a Google Colab, that is a cloud-based programming. So that is also we have explored. And we have seen the paper space. So like in the paper space, you can choose which system you need. Either you need a GPU or either you need a CPU. In how many cores? So like do you need 7 cores and 12 GB of RAM? So that kind of thing. So based on the requirement, you can choose the system, and you can deploy the machine learning training process and deep learning training process in the cloud itself. So those kind of advanced knowledge is also given in the internship portal. If you really want that, you just please check it out on the internship. Okay, so I think there is no questions. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. And tomorrow's session we are going to see the project called fake news detection using machine learning. So fake news in the sense, some of the news, definitely there are a lot of in this period. So in this period, there are a lot of fake news also there regarding COVID, or it may be anything. So you can process, or you can do the fake news detection with the help of the machine learning algorithm. Okay, so and so if you want to know about any project or product, please visit pantechsolutions.net. And if you want to know about any courses, please visit learn.pantechsolutions.net, and you just go through about the course agenda. So there are a lot of courses regarding artificial intelligence using Python, artificial intelligence using MATLAB, and a Simulink masterclass for electrical applications, and brain computer interface. This is the advanced technology which is also tested by Elon Musk, the company called Neuralink. And the courses like Arduino masterclass and Raspberry Pi masterclass. So there are a lot of courses is there. You just please visit learn.pantechsolutions.net, and you just see the all courses. So where you can able to see like complete agenda of each and every courses. And if you really want to register for any courses, don't use that link, because that is really like it will be mentioned as 30,000. That is a original price, but still this COVID, and due to this kind of COVID and this kind of scenario, we just reduced its price as an offer. So we're just giving we're just providing this each and every course as an offer, so which is very less than 1,000 rupees. Okay, so so if you want to register for any courses, please use the link which is given in the description below. So each and every course sessions link is also given in the description below. Use that link to register for that masterclass. Okay, so thank you once again. And before that, if you want to personally have to be in a connect with me, so you can connect with me on LinkedIn. The LinkedIn link is also given in the description below as a speaker profile. So thank you so much once again. So it's me, Sanjay. Until then, bye. We'll see you on the tomorrow session.